Alright, teams are locked in. Locked and loaded. Cho'Gath, Kindred, Vygar, Jhin, Nautilus. We got 2 bulky front lines, 2 ranged, 80 carries, and a mage versus the champion Jax. Zac, Ahri, Varus, and Shaco. So Shaco's pretty alright versus the Nautilus. Everyone else is going to be pretty whack. Cho'Gath can fend off against Jax's split push. Ooh, beat him up. Yeah. Big smiley face. So Cho'Gath can hold off against Jax. If Jax gets a lead, he could beat Cho'Gath's head in. Varus is fairly ranged. They got a pretty big pick comp though. Ahri Charm, Varus E or Varus R, Zac jumping in, Jax on the follow up. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I think looking at it overall, Team 1 definitely has the better comp. I think they scale better. Team 2 scales okay. The Shaco's just kind of scary. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it's just kind of scary. Could deny the Nautilus pretty hard. Could do some cheesy stuff in the enemy jungle. I will say Pete Creature has been gaming on the Kindred in their past couple matches, however. Ecstasy is new. They were on the original roster, but they had a sub for them yesterday. Everybody else is the same. On Team 2, Zac is Livity. Mid lane is Cammy. Good old Wesley. Varus is Franco. The support and the top are 2 new players, however. Both of them couldn't make it. The original jungler and the sub support from yesterday couldn't make it. Good old God of Chaos. So we got 2 new ones. So it'll be interesting. Don't know how it's going to rock and roll. We will see. Pretty much, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the normal game, like viewbot or whatever, go wherever it wants to go. And if a play happens, I'll probably end up rewinding it. But I'll make sure y'all have a good time. As I said, Team 2 can have a pick comp if they play it right. Vygar's pretty hard to jump into for Jax, Zac. Ahri's kind of annoyed with it, but it's not terrible. Jhin can play so far back, especially with Nautilus, that it's hard to go on. And then the Kindred ulti is going to be pretty brutal for the pick comp idea. So I think, realistically, if Team 1 just kind of hangs out and scales, at least to mid to late game, they should, in theory, win. But that's the beauty of blind pick. No one knows what's going on. And so no one knows if anybody plays their champs. No one knows absolutely nothing. We got some mastery here. That's a lot of Shaco points, though. So that's enticing, I will say. We got TP Vygar, TP Cho. We got TP Shaco as well, which is interesting. I will have to bring down the minimap just a little bit so that we can see the timers. Beautiful. And then manual camera should be off. So bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. I'll probably have this up for some of the time, and then we'll go from there, as I said. Potential for cheeky invades is pretty high for blue team. Actually, for both of them, really, especially with the Shaco, but Shaco's kind of awkward with boxes early, so I kind of doubt it from either team. And based on the look at it, with Cho'Gath still in Fountain, that's probably not happening. Homie is just sitting there. Wonder if he's AFK or having internet problems. Maybe he's using a crazy technique where he's waiting for gold after the minion spawn. Nope, he's just hanging out. So there was potential to invade on the top side, as we can see here. Livity put down a ward and got a sweeper, so their potential for ganking is a little bit higher, and they can see if the Kindred chooses to go towards their red side. However, Kindred could go through the pit here and jump the wall and take it. So it's a little bit scuffed, but that's okay. Ooh, a little bit of cheese action going on in the bush here. So, my thought process here is likely what's going to happen is Kindred's just going to go for farming. Zach can play for an early top fight. As you can see, Jax is cheesing in the bush. And then probably play around bottom for a while in the game. As long as Jax gets kind of a lead, they should be fine. They should be fine no matter what, realistically. But the TP Shaco's interesting. Normally, Shaco's in the bot lane end up going Ignite Exhaust, so they have more presence as a support. But maybe they're going to make some gamer TP plays later in the game, or TP to Zach's passive after 14 minutes, of course. But they could always just match TPs from Cho'Gath or Vigar. You never know. Just some normal laning experience going on. Good old top lane. Cho'Gath's kind of zoned off. Mid lane's just doing their thing. Full clear from both sides. They're about at the same location, so they could meet up at the top side in about 45 seconds or so. It will be interesting if Zach skips his Krugs and goes straight top. Because what should happen here is they should go blue. Normally Kindred's full clear and then look for a gank top. It's still slow pushing into Cho'Gath, so it's a little bit hard for good old Liberty here to do anything. However, they could look for a counter gank on the top side. If they go for Krugs, they're going to be too late if they choose to gank. However, looks like they're just going for a full clear. Liberty's already making their way up just in case they're too slow, because normally Zach is a little bit slower than Kindred, but they're here first. Sure, it's wasting a little bit of time, but that time is precious, especially if the enemy jungler is up top. It is scary that he used his E that early, because if Kindred was in the bush, he probably just dies. It's really good on really good on Liberty. So as you saw, he queued the minion, and then he was going to flash auto the Cho'Gath to guarantee the knockup. Meanwhile, bot lane is gaming. We'll rewind it real quick and see what's going on here. Missed it. Action everywhere on the map. So big wave pushing in. Hook onto Franco. Shaco just goes in and ignites. Holy moly. They should still win this even with the wave, but Franco might take a lot of damage. Yeah, that's crazy. Meanwhile, Wesley walking down bot side. He goes for the mark here on this Scuttle Crab. He's just here to deny it. Shaco goes in. Ooh, hits the box with his Q. Kindred flash, and Ahri gets the blue buff. Unfortunately misses the charm, but they could still be gaming. Liberty's coming down. Wesley doesn't have to leave here. They're still fighting. I don't think a kill happens, but ooh, never mind. With the insane Q on the Vigar. That is 4 kills. Bada bing, bada boom. Jeez. 2 onto Liberty, 1 onto Wesley, 1 onto Franco. Holy moly. And top is slow pushing back to Jax with TP advantage. So, big little, not a big juke, but a pretty solid juke there. So, the early lead from the red team is really huge for them, given the fact that I was mentioning it's kind of a pick comp. Doesn't necessarily have to be. They've got a pretty solid team fight as well, but it is a little bit worse than the blue team. Shaco's just absolutely gaming right now. Whoa! With the hero get down, Mr. President from Franco. He might end up dying if he's got his hook back up. He does not. He just ghosts out of there, but jeez! Franco tanks the shot for his support there. Unfortunately, Pichoop, I'm sorry if that's not how you say your name, but they go down anyway, but they're gaming. As you can see, Liberty's waiting over the wall. Blue team has no idea it's coming, so they could jump to about here. We'll see what happens. Liberty's ready, going for him. Nice, got a free flash. Meanwhile, top lane, there's just action everywhere on the map. Holy moly. Kindred's fighting. Jax wins this if they just walk on him. Ooh, and Kindred doesn't have flash from the last exchange. They walk towards their Vigar, which is exceptional. Oh, that was big from Ecstasy. He's even got no mana. Meanwhile, Wesley's roaming bottom looking for even more action. Holy moly. Jeez. Hieuge's going here, just pushing a little bit. Getting some support gold from their item. Wow, this is a chaotic match already. We got a Kindred mark here. Looks like Peak ended up getting it. Very good steal. So right now, I guess whenever I hit A, this goes down. Dragon is up. Rift Heraldo's in 114. So realistically, Kindred could recall and go to red, and then go red, path back up the top for the objective. Or they could just clear, reset, and then play around bottom for a potential dragon play. Right now, Livity's up top. That's Hieuge from Team Hieuge. Looks like there might be some action going on down here. Meanwhile, top lane also has two junglers up on the top side, so there's probably going to be something going on here. Yeah, look at that. So we got a big pullback. Kindred is, I don't know if they failed their hop or if they're just not feeling it, but unfortunately, Faster Please is abandoned in the top lane. Let's see what happened there. They failed their hop over the wall. Unfortunate. Try to get the thick part. That's all good though. It happens. Meanwhile, big Wesley roam to the bot side. Will the Ignite do it? It's ticking. And it's enough from Wesley. They get a little push mid, but that's a fat roam. Oh my good lord. It's just permanent action. And now Livity's got the option to either go here or path down to Dragon to 9. They don't have to go for anything, realistically. They can just hang out. Oh my lord. This is quite the banger of a game one, I'll say that much. Livity's on a ward. Probably just going to hold this for their mid laner. Realistically, if they just hold it, that's perfect. They don't, but it's okay. Kindred's walking in for the mark. Franco's already positioning. Ready. Livity's walking over. Shaco's walking over. Big ulti on the Peak. They get the mark. And it's unfortunately a waste of the ulti unless they get out. Oh my goodness. Ecstasy with the phenomenal roam again. Unfortunately positions a little bit too aggro after the box and has to flash out. They might still be dead. Peak goes back in. Unfortunately, Peak ends up dying. Big flash from Nautilus. Top lane's also gaming, but we're going to still watch this. Oh, man. Livity jumps back in, but no real reason to continue. This should be a free dragon. However, Franco's back here. Jin could come up. They're probably just going to let it go and back to a neutral state in the game. Top lane is gaming low HP to low HP. Doesn't look like Cho'Gath has ult, but just pressuring Fang under his turret. Letting him know who the real man at top lane is. Who's got a real weapon. Wesley going for another roam. Holy moly, he is everywhere this game. And he's keeping up on CS with Ecstasy. He's only about one wave down, which is really good for how much presence he's had around the map entirely. It's crazy. He's going to drop a wave here, and then because of the mid-prio, they're walking in towards this blue buff. Looks like he already got it, so lucky them. Good timing, but that was a nice attempt at a proactive play there. If I was Peak Creature here, I'd probably go for this dragon personally, because we had prio here, but Ecstasy's out of mana, so it's kind of sketch. And we know that Jackson's just there, or Zach. Another 1v1 in the top lane. I'm going to rewind it and check out what happens here. Holy moly. Faster Please is out of mana. I don't know if he realizes it, and Jax just avoids his E. He gets the level up, and that forces Fang to have to flash, but with the lethal tempo, he's just got so much attack speed. He beats his head in. He's going most likely Divine Sunderer first. So, unfortunately, Faster Please is having a rough go of it right now, but that's what it'd be like. Top lane experience, baby. Alright. Whew. Now that the game is back to a neutral state once again. Both objectives are up. Doesn't seem like anyone really has a priority for going for those. There's a 3K gold lead for red team at the moment. If we look at the actual gold, I'll wait because of course there's another fight. Franco has to flash. There's a good ulti just to disengage. So right now, top is up about roughly 2K. Jungle is about even. Mid lane is up 200 gold despite being 3-0, mainly because of the farm disadvantage. It's not big, but you know, it's not. Bot lane is up about a kill, and support is up 600 gold. Faster, what are you doing? You're on the wrong side of the map there, homie. He's running away, meanwhile bot lane's chilling. Faster, run! Ecstasy is not moving for his laner at all right this time. He's been everywhere for everybody else. Does he get there in time? He is. Ecstasy is just... Holy moly. He had to push that wave. I guess he didn't really have to, but he did. And he's gaming. He gets his laner out for like the 5th time in a row. Meanwhile, Jen is taking a beating in the bot lane. I was about to say Jinx, but that's not right. Whew. Mid lane dies. Another kill. Alright, let's witness what happens here. So, Ecstasy gets ganked. Hits a fat W, gets the stun, just ulties and gets to walk away. Beautiful. And he's out. Meanwhile, Peak Creature's on the dragon. I'm going to speed up so we're back to the proper timeline. Oh, man. Woo-wee. As I said, this is a banger. Jeez. So, Liberty's back up top. Perma gank champion. Gets the Q on a minion again to get the confirmed auto. Picks up the kill. That should transition into top tower and or Rift Herald here. Peak was already starting to go on it, but they had to back off because they saw the Zac there. Bot lane is fighting again. Jin has to flash out and whips out the ghost just to get away. Kikiat is a hero for stopping the Shaco. Big Jin ult coming in. Meanwhile, Wesley's roaming here. Whew. Back and forth, back and forth. It's wild. Here's the Shaco. It should be a kill for Jin. Okay. Ari comes down with the roam. Misses the charm. Doesn't matter. Has too much damage as it is. Plates fell. Top lane is fighting now. Oh my god, Jax has blue buff, so I think he might win this. He does not. Cho'Gath just eats his head off. Just absolutely nom nom nom. Oh my god. First turret goes down bottom. Meanwhile, this one's at 1 HP. This one's at 1 HP. Woo-wee. Zooey mama. Alright, okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So right now, there's a 20 CS lead in the top lane, but a 20 CS lead in the jungle, about a 20 CS lead in the mid lane, about a 30 CS lead in the bot lane. So it is... Uh-oh. What happened? I don't know why that happened. That was horrifying. I mean, overall, there's leads back and forth a little bit everywhere. This is mostly from Wesley roaming so much, but he's 5-1. He's big chilling. Woohoo! Man, thank God this wasn't a boring game of League of Legends. I'll tell you that. Pitch Hoop going on for the 1v1 versus the Vigar. He Q's in. Meanwhile, his team is on the Rift Heraldo. We're gonna... Whoa! Don't go down there. Liberty's jumps in. They get Rift Herald. Disengage mid lane. They're chilling. They're hanging out. We're going to go back in real quick and zoom out a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, another fight in the top lane. Fang's going 1v2. I think he wins this super hardcore too. He should keep going. He's got lethal tempo stacked. Faster's got to move on out of there, but oh, he just flashes in to secure the kill. That should be top lane turret. They just ping dragons in 1 minute. Dang, this is a bloodbath. It's up to a 5K, 5K, 4.5K lead for red team here. Remember, blue team does scale really well, but at the moment, it's scary. This is quite the deficit. Wesley's in the bot lane. It keeps pausing, I think, because I sped it up too fast. So I'll wait a second. Wesley gets blasted, but he's okay. TP mid to secure the tower, keeping it alive. Potentially they could dive here, but if he had stopwatch, it would have been kind of sketch. And that would have been a big throw. No need to do it. 20 seconds to Dragon. It looks like red team's already setting up. At the moment, this is the vision we got versus this. Pichu almost gets one tapped. Plus one stack for the clone. Big for Ecstasy right there. Woo-wee. Oh man. So blue team still has Rift Heraldo in their back pocket. Red team seems like they're starting Dragon, but it doesn't seem like they're super into it. Now they are. Jax isn't here, but I don't think he needs to be. I'm going to change this viewpoint, but I don't think there's anything blue team can do here. Peak Creature might go in for a steal, but there's no point. Especially now, they should just disengage and walk away. Yeah, there's nothing to gain here. No fight, it's just given. It's another little win for red team. And we are on to what dragon? Is that Ocean Dragon? Am I blind? Is that... Oh no, that's Hextech. We got the portals. Meanwhile, fight bot lane. Ayo! Cho'Gath with the Heartsteel. Could get a kill on the Ahri. Ooh, doesn't buffer the auto. Ahri's too fast. Cho'Gath's gaming. Jin walks back into the Shaco, unfortunately. They ignore the blobs. They could just kill the Zac here. They kill the Shaco clone. Huh. Wow. Also a bloodbath. Meanwhile, Jax is just pushing away. He's currently getting collapsed on, and it's scary because he just used his E with Kindred walking in, but honestly, I do not think it matters, to be quite real with you. He walks into the stun, but it's okay. He got E back up. Yeah, there's nothing they can do. He's just kind of a raid boss at this point. Franco just gaming in the mid lane. Now top lane is a 4K deficit. Jungle's a... Man, oh man, 600 gold to 2 kills. Mid lane's surprisingly even on gold. Like, that's honestly shocking with the lead, but it is mainly once again from that farm deficit. But the presence Ahri's had has been absurd. Franco's up 800 gold still. That's been maintained about even. It's just this top lane difference is really pressuring on Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath tried to make a play down there, and it was, I think, good in idea, but it left Jax alone up top just to beat the head into that turret. So I think what should happen now, in my opinion, Baron's up in 30, Jax has TP, Dragon's not up for 3 minutes. Jax should go bottom, push out for this other outer turret, and get more gold in his pocket. He doesn't really have to keep going top. But I think it's okay either way. Just my personal opinion. Realistically, if he just keeps matching the Cho'Gath, I mean, he just should just be beating his head in. So I think Cho'Gath still has like a window to beat him if he misplays, especially with Heartsteel and his ulti, but it's really tough. Pitchup's playing the game of dangling the keys in front of the baby with Shaco, just low HP. The item difference is pretty nasty though. They're up half an item mid, they're up pretty much a whole item in jungle, whole item in top, maybe more about half an item, but still. He's probably sitting on a lot of gold at the moment. Only 800. And then Shaco's got his Leandri, so he's pretty much as strong as he's going to be. They're just looking to brute force down this tower mid lane, which isn't not opposed to it. The music's getting intense, surely the fight's going to happen soon. Looks like they're pinging mid. They're looking for a play. They see Jax top. They're like, this is our window. We gotta go. Ecstasy's out of mana though. It's so scary. Shaco did go into his clone. That is a free kill, honestly. Top lane is... He should just eat him now. He might have died to the turret had he eaten him. He would have died 100% had he eaten him. But people always greed for the execute, which, I mean, it's understandable. I would have done the same. Big fight in the mid lane. This is really good on red team to force. You don't have to actually win a fight, which they are anyway, but this allows Jax to just absolutely beat down this boosh, 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 boosh on this inhibitor. He's going to get Jin shot, but there's no way he dies. Yeah, no. He's got too much happy feet. Livity's here, but he didn't get hit by anything, so he gets out despite getting tapped by the Jin. They're ghosting top. He's pissed. Meanwhile, mid lane. Let's see. That is unfortunate waste of the ghost, but it's understandable. You gotta make desperate plays at desperate times. Gold lead is increased a little bit further, up to 8K. Holy moly. How many stacks is Hieuge at that? He's at 4. So he's got a little bit more to go, which is okay. See how much damage these items have done. 2K, 200, 1K, 100, hasn't used it, doesn't show, 1K, 500, 300, 1K, 500, 600. So, you know, it's an okay usage. Hieuge gets the buffer Q, beautiful. See, this time Jax is walking down to the fight. They're looking for a play because they think they're totally fine to do this. They get a big shutdown on the Ahri. They could force more, honestly. I don't think they should, but they're gaming. They kill pitch up. Livity's out here completely abandoned by his team. He's in there way too deep. Holy moly. They're gaming. This was a huge throw. A massive throw from the red team. I think Jax could still 1v5 this fight. He's full HP. They're all at half. Top lane is pushing in hardcore here. Franco's just shoving down the mid lane, understandably so. Bang is down to half HP. He gets blasted by Faster Please. I think that would have been way better if they gave it to the Kindred or the Vibe. But it's okay. We got the shutdown. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go back. This team fight was massive. So here, 33K to 41. 33 to 41, up to 38 to 43. So that's, I mean, the gold deficit is still there. That was a fairly big swing. It was a 7K difference, up to only a 4K now because of all those shutdowns and the dragons, which it doesn't show, but those stats are also worth roughly 1,000 gold. Holy moly. That was really rough for red team. It sucks. After Ahri got caught out there by a great cage, they should have probably just backed off, but I understand forcing it. I think the Jax could have gamed down him pretty hard, but it was very scattered, especially once Pitchup died as well. So they end up getting a consolation prize Baron for the staggered tempo after they took the dragon, which is still very good for them. That's another 1K, but it's back up to a 5K deficit. But as I stated before, blue team does scale really well. The Shaco's going to kind of fall off. I mean, he's still going to be relevant with dangling the keys. Franco's still scaling. Jax is Jax. And Zac is just utility. So, I mean, it's going to be still really hard. But, ooh, they missed the Nautilus Q. They should just back up. They could make this. With the ulti, holy moly, Jax gets caught out. Oh my, that's Baron down. He just didn't have pressure anywhere else on the map from his team. The minions were up here, his team wasn't pushing yet, so he was just way out of position. He was playing way too cocky. Understandably so, once again, but wow, that's another pretty big tempo drop. That hurts pretty bad, actually. Now, realistically, they can't do much except for look for a pick. As long as blue team doesn't die here, Franco tries blind. Maybe it wasn't blind, but still. He tries, he misses. Pete Cricketer's walking in, he's got ult, but... oh man, this is hectic. Jin isn't in this fight. They get pitch up again. He's playing too far forward. Think faster, please. Whoa! more now. Oh, mistimed it a little bit. Ari would have died there for sure. Jax is back in though. They're low on cooldowns. Jax gets what? Jax explodes. If you look at top lane, there's still super minions, but they're running. Oh my god, they're running for the hills. Jhin just blasts Varus. They're going for a stack here. Ari's here. They do lose a Nexus turret, but oh my god, it's back down to like a 3.5k bounty. Oh, or a lead. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ecstasy's playing this crazy. He's 4-1 right now. Oh, holy. This is nutty. This is a nutty game one. This tournament could go the distance. We're 27 minutes in. These stats don't really matter anymore. We're just going to watch the game. Dragon's in 130. Baron's in 3 minutes. It's not even... It's going to be third dragon for blue team or second dragon for red team because no team took dragon for so long. This is crazy. This is wild. It honestly, whatever team either gets a pick first or has like a decent team fight, I think, will have the tempo to potentially just win the game. Pitchup just gets absolutely eaten! Ah! I don't know if that's worth it, to be quite honest, because you could flash on the Varus or the Ahri later, but hell yeah, we take that. Fester Please is pissed! He didn't get his singe, he's just chomping on him, dude. He's chomping at the bit. He's 6-8 now after having a rough experience in the top lane. That tower's still up. Holy. Flash Ahri there. Still Shaco can game. Yeah, it's just... So in my opinion, the reason I said I don't know if it's worth, he could have flashed on a more priority target later in a fight that matters more than just this random pick, because the dragon's up in 12 seconds, and he doesn't have flash for that. But, I mean, once again, absolutely no qualms. He's still got the pick, that's still more gold in the pocket, slows down tempo, but now he's top lane. He's TPing in, but that's a big catch. They just were not prepped, and now he's in the pit and can't get out because he doesn't have flash. They jump in. Liberty jumps over. Jax is in there. They got ulti. This is such a scattered fight. This is terrifying. Pete goes down. Ah, that's just unfortunate. After Jhin gets caught, you just have to back up there. I'm astonished that Cho'Gath just walks out at full HP, but... Ooh-wee, that's a big pick. Jhin was way out of position, gets blasted, and then realistically he couldn't help. He's so slow he can't get out. He's most likely dead too. Unless he's a gamer again and simply walks out, but I don't think so. With the next Jax W, yeah, he's just gone. So this is an extreme loss of tempo now. Baron's up in 1 minute. Jax is pushing bottom. All they have to do is set up for this and either go for it or just set up a death push, and there's nothing they have to do. Like, blue team just has to walk in completely blind because they have no way to do anything with anything they have now. Most likely they should all reset here, buy control wards, set up around the Baron, and then just play for that because that's the next big objective. They're going in further on this bottom side. I don't know why. I guess he's just playing to get Franco out safely. But there's one wave here. Kindred gets to push up and get some vision for free. So I mean, it's kind of, it's kind of goofy in my opinion. But it's okay. That's what blind pick tournaments are all about. So these are the items. We got Gale Force. We got 3 items here. We got 3 items on both AD carries. 3 items on both mid laners. We got 3 items on Zac and 2 items on Kindred. So a little bit behind there, despite this huge farm deficit. Peak is farming like a madman right now. 2 levels up on Livity. Jax is level 17 to the Cho'Gath level 15, so 2 levels up there. 3 items on the Cho. Jax is also going Zanya's here. I just watched this in a pro tournament earlier today. He was doing the exact same build. So Jax is going to be extremely hard to deal with and near impossible to catch out. They're setting up a death push here. They got 2 control wards on this side. They got 2 control wards on this side. They're just trying to get any semblance of control at all, but this is really scary. Jax is really far out. Once again, he's got stopwatch. He flashes forward. Gale Force away. Oh boy, that is ambitious, to say the least. If Nautilus goes in here, he dies. Meanwhile, they're just pressuring here. Ecstasy's got his Zanyas. Ari's got their Zanyas. Flash is out. Jax is walking out, but all they have to do is re-engage, and this is... Holy moly. Holy moly. Jax is 1v2ing. Livy blocks off here. Franco gets a kill in the back line. I think this is just game. They could reset and then all pressure. They don't have tempo here, or they don't have active pressure here. They're pushing mid. This is pushing slowly but surely. Livity is gaming. They're just, yeah, they're absolutely gaming right here. That is for sure game. Woo-wee! 53k to 61k at the end of the day. Oh my goodness. Here are the scores. Jeez. Massive, massive comeback from Team the Morning Pill, or the Morning After Pill, but just a little bit sloppy execution and trying to save those who can't be saved. Holy moly, that was an insane game from both sides, honestly. That was crazy. That was crazy. Whoo-wee. Well, that is Team Hieuge moving on. Unfortunately, Team Morning After Pill, you're out of the tournament, but that is an honorable 4th place finish. Holy moly, it's huge!